What can I say about 2024? It's going to be fucking magical. I hope you're all doing well as we are entering into 2024 and saying goodbye to 2023. 2023 was a very transformative year for many of us. It was a deeply awakening year. Uh, so much is happening. And I think that that is all culminating for 2024. And we're going to be getting that very early on in 2024. You're going to feel the culmination of this awakening energy. Um, but I was shown a beautiful, beautiful vision in my closing ceremony that I was doing for myself this morning. And I really want to share it with you because I think it could be extremely beneficial to you. But before I do, I want to let you guys know that as I have been kind of dropping hints and letting you guys know, I've been working on something behind the scenes for a couple of months now, even when I was deathly ill in November, going through food poisoning at the beginning of December. I have still continuously been working hard on something, and I am now able to let you all know that I am offering a free masterclass on how to heal generational and childhood trauma, okay, without doing the years of therapy, okay, or even having to use psychedelic drugs. And as you guys know, I dabble in the plant medicine. I'm a big fan of mushrooms and I've done a few ayahuasca journeys, but one of the things that my plant medicine journeys have been preparing me for is how to help others heal without needing plant medicine, without having to use the psychedelic experience, because it's not for everyone. And to be quite honest, some people may not even be ready for that experience. And what this masterclass is going to do for you is going to help you break through the invisible walls that have been holding you back from whatever it is that you've been trying to achieve, strive for. Whether it's the relationship you always wanted, it's about starting your own business, it's about deepening your healing journey, whatever it is that you've been feeling like you just can't break free of. This is a masterclass you don't want to miss. So I'm leaving a link in the description below for you guys to sign up. And just a reminder here, you've heard it here, but I was originally going to hold it on the 4th of January. So that was a Thursday. So you're going to hear Thursday a lot in the videos that are going to be sent to you once you sign up to prepare you for what we're going to be doing on the Saturday. Just remember, it's going to be on Saturday. Okay. So whatever you hear Thursday, just go, oh no, she meant Saturday. Okay. So, all right. I'm really excited about that. And it's just my offer to you guys to say thank you for being on this journey with me. And I want to help you start 2024 off with a freaking bang, okay? Because 2024 is going to be fucking magical, magical. If, if you're ready to open yourself up to the magic. Okay. So one of the things that I've briefly talked about on some of my videos, but I haven't gone into extensive detail with many of you here is throughout the year, especially around the time of my retreat and then post retreat, as much as those of you who came to the Forbidden Journey retreat, you had a very transformational experience, each and every one of you. I myself had a very deeply transformational experience, and it's just been opening me up further and further, which I know many of you have continued to experience and share with me. And one of the things that has been opening up for me is my vision of the physical field around me. And I have been able to open up this gift in shifting my lens in a way that when I'm looking, I can start to it's almost like I'm zooming out to zoom in. So I zoom out and all of a sudden I start to see all the patterns in the field around me. I start to see the lights. I see the sacred geometry. I see everything that I've pulled into my field that's ready to work with me if I want to. And also I see maybe things that I don't want to work through with that I've pulled into my field. And I'm like, oh, wow, I don't want that. I've got to get that one out of my field. So it's been really interesting. And so this morning in my closing ceremony, as I was listening to my music and drinking my cacao and really being grateful for everything that 2023 has brought me, which again, I will say this has been one of the most difficult years that I have been through. I had to face so many challenges. And it's because I'm pushing myself so far out of my comfort zone than I've ever done. And I do that one for myself because it's just the type of person that I am. I've always wanted to grow and expand. But also, I owe it to all of you. I owe it to my clients. I owe it to the growth of just this awakening that we're seeing globally is that if I don't continue to push myself, how can I even speak about this or encourage others to push themselves? And so I always want to make sure that I'm walking the walk as I talk the talk. And so as I'm like opening up and really tuning into the field and seeing these beautiful images coming in, I was shown the infinity sign for 2024, which we already know that 2024 is an 8 year, right? It's the 8 year. 8 is a very abundant year. 8 is beautiful for money, okay, which I'll go into in a little bit. But I want to make this very clear. There's going to be a very strong shakeup happening through 2024. But there is a way to quantumly experience 2024. I was shown this slipstream and they called it the Slipstream of Infinity. And they said this slipstream for 2024, it's always here. I don't want to pretend like this slipstream is never available to any of us, but I was shown to really focus on this. I entered into this beautiful slipstream on one of my ayahuasca journeys that allowed me to get pulled out of the matrix. But this slipstream of infinity, I moved into it this morning in my closing ceremony, and I was shown and taken on this journey of that this is the slipstream for 2024 is widening. It's more welcoming. It's more inviting to those of us who are opening ourselves up to the magic of what is possible in our ability to co-create in this reality. And so the message I got was let the magic carry you into 2024. And it's not so much of a struggle, like you don't have to push. It's like you can slide into the slipstream and let it carry you. And so we see this infinity sign, okay, this magical 8 number. And what I was shown is that as you allow yourself to believe and be expanded and to move into an area of possibilities that you've never known were possible before, because this is a theme for 2024, sudden breakthroughs and opportunities and possibilities beyond anything you've ever imagined. But it comes with a caveat, okay? So this slipstream is beautiful. And one of the messages I got is that you can bend time while you're in this slipstream. And so for many of us, we are being invited to bend time through 2024 to benefit our destiny, our mission, our creation. All right. So when you so how you bend time is that when you go into this slipstream, you're in this flow. And of course, it is high speed. There is so much light. This slipstream is just pure, pure white light. Okay. And when you think about an infinity sign, there's this point where you're traveling up, out, out, out to the very end. And as soon and it looks like you just don't see anything else in your horizon, right? And then boom, you spin around and you're now on the other side. And now you're coming around the bend. So the infinity it's not this gentle movement that goes like this. It's like you move and then you go around the 8 and then you go around the 8 and then and it's like that. So I hope that's kind of explaining what I'm seeing. So it's like a really rapid movement when you come right to the very edge, which is very interesting because you come to the edge of that curve and you don't really know like what's there. Because if you think about the line of that infinity, when you're going up, it's like you're looking straight ahead. But what you're going to do is you're going to bend around the other side and it's going to take you in a completely different direction. And this is about how you're going to be able to bend time and also quantumly leap into a slipstream that's going to carry you into possibilities and opportunities that you didn't even know are possible for you. So one of the things that is a theme for 2024 is I got partnerships. Partnerships are extremely important. Now, I've talked about this before. I didn't see it from this perspective until this morning, but obviously we've got the South Node moving through Libra. The South Libra represents partnerships. It represents our relationship with other people. And the reason why partnerships is coming up is, one, with this slipstream, okay, of infinity, can you partner, truly partner with the universe, okay, in ways that you've never understood partnership before? Now, remember, partnership doesn't mean you just depend on the universe to do the work for you, right? You are a co-creator. You are a co-participant, right? You are participating with the universe. This is a partnership, which means you have to participate. And so partnering with the universe, also aligning yourself with people around you, is going to be extremely important in 2024. Partnerships are going to be more powerful than you've ever understood in your life before. Okay, not just partnership with the universe, but partnership even on the micro with other people, groups. And I'm going to go into it in a second. Now, the card that I pulled to deepen this message, which I love, I just love my cards. I love how everything comes out, because as soon as this card came out, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So, to expand upon the slipstream of infinity, okay, that is open and more inviting to us in the year of 2024, is I got the peacock's tail, okay? And the peacock's tail represents full vision. It represents the full spectrum, right? It's the spectrum of all colors. And it also is about inclusivity. And this is really important, because inclusivity means you are rejecting nothing. Now, I know that could sound a little bit weird, a little bit scary, because you're like, well, what about my boundaries? What about like saying no to certain things that aren't helpful? It's not about that. It's about, you've got to be so open, okay, to the possibilities, that you can't be rejecting or have these closed-minded perspectives on things. And that's what I mean by really being inclusive. So understanding that there's things that you want to stay open to because it's what you're envisioning for yourself, but also remember how small and short-sighted our minds often are, and that there is a wider range of possibilities, especially once you enter into this slipstream of infinity. So this peacock's tail represents saying that in 2024, we are going to be noticing a shift, not just in ourselves, but in the collective, of going from the single perspective to the multi-perspective. All right. So this is about you being able to see things from different places. Now, this is why it's so cool. And this is one of the things that I'm going to be bringing up in the webinar on the 6th, is that when you're on the healing journey, you are so used to seeing things from your perspective. But what we need to do is we need to start looking at things from 360 degrees, right? We're so used to looking maybe within a few degrees of this tunnel that we're constantly looking down. What 2024 is going to be doing, it's opening us all up. It's like, it's opening our vision. It's opening up our minds. It's opening up how we see things. And so we're going from the singularity to the multi-perspective. And what this means is that many of us are going to have the awakening of, when we think about the peacock's tail, the peacock has eyes on every feather. And so we're getting like 1,000 eyes, okay? Thousands and thousands, infinite eyes opening up our vision, as opposed to just the one awakening eye. All of these degrees of vision are opening up for us for 2024, if we're willing to be that open. And I have to keep saying this caveat: you have to be willing to be that open, and to be that open means you have got to be willing to change. You cannot be the same version of yourself that you've always been into this moment in time. You have to know that as you grow, you are becoming greater, you're becoming more, and there are parts of yourself that are being rebirthed, parts of yourself that are dying. Okay. And you've got to be willing to allow those parts to die so that the rebirth of yourself can happen. And so this is why we've been going through these very difficult energies over November, December, these deeply awakening and transforming energies that have been extremely painful for a lot of us. For many of us, myself included, very physical, lots of physical illnesses and deep exhaustion and fears kind of coming up. But the eyes, what this happens is when we have these 1,000 eyes, like all awakening within our field, is that we are now dissolving duality. We are dissolving the black and white perspective, and we are now seeing things in a very inclusive way. We're opening up our vision and our perspective to see all of the things we never allowed ourselves to see, including the things that we really didn't believe in before or we don't want to believe in. Okay, this is what I mean is like you have to be willing to see where you might be wrong right now. This is really important. And when you're able to humble yourself and know that maybe I didn't have it fully right in this way, that you can then open yourself up to what that does is it allows you to slip into the slipstream. And so this is about a full color spectrum. Okay. So it's going to be very vivid, very bright. It's like the canvas that we're going to be painting on for 2024. If we allow ourselves to be, move into this slipstream of infinity, allows you to paint with colors you didn't even know existed, paint at vibrancy levels and saturation levels that you didn't even know. And this is your co-creation field. It's so awesome. And so what this is saying too, is that when you are opening up 1,000 eyes of perspective, you are opening up a force field of possibilities beyond your imagination. So you are increasing this force field of possibilities around you. Now, this is what 2024 is going to be very much about. Again, though, you have to be willing to step in. And that means, I'm going to be very clear, you are likely, not always, but likely going to have to do things that make you feel uncomfortable. You're going to have to make choices that scare you. Okay. This isn't just let's ride a unicorn and like travel on fluffy clouds into the infinite, slipstream, here that allows us to quantumly leap and bend time to our will. You've got to be willing to step up. You've got to be willing to get uncomfortable. Okay. You've got to be willing to become something that you haven't yet become. So we have the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction on April 20th. This is the most powerful transit of 2024, in my personal opinion. And the archetype of Jupiter and Uranus coming together is dramatic breakthroughs. It speaks of quantum leaps. Okay. It talks about sudden openings, sudden awakenings, feelings of freedom and liberation. This is one of the reasons, again, why I'm doing this webinar on healing generational trauma. And then also Jupiter and Uranus brings in surprising resolutions to problems that you have been facing for a very long time. So there's like this slipstream of infinite possibility, right? It's a slipstream of infinity where, anything is possible and there's no constraints. There's no ending. Again, no beginning, right? It's just constant flow. And so we have this incredible transit coming in that for many of us is going to be extremely powerful. And I would say prepare for it. This is one of the reasons why I'm doing the Forbidden Journey retreat within days of this conjunction. This conjunction is going to be super powerful for about a 20-day period, 10 days on either side of the 20th. I have got the retreat falling within that time period, as well as the full moon in Scorpio. This is extremely powerful for having breakthroughs that you didn't even know were possible. And I wanted that energy to be imprinting into the field of our retreat that we're going to be happening. So again, if you're thinking about coming to the retreat, I highly suggest you book a ticket. Tickets are selling, and I am raising the prices on the 8th. On January the 8th, prices will be going up. So if you want to lock in the early bird price, I highly suggest you at least even put your deposit down, and you can pay in payment plans. Just remember that. But transformations are coming. And what is possible is beyond our imagination right now. On top of that, we also have Pluto, the planet that represents literally our soul's evolution. Okay, Pluto is representative of our soul. And for those of you who've been at my Forbidden Journey retreat or have been part of the Forbidden Journey program, you know that I have developed a blueprint that allows us to look at your astrology and look at your Pluto and Pluto polarity point. This is one of the most important points because this decides and defines what you chose for in this lifetime to overcome, and what you've experienced in past lives, you're now choosing to step away from and expand yourself in new ways. Pluto is moving into Aquarius on, I believe it's January 21st. January 20th or 21st. And it's finally starting to make its full move into Aquarius. Of course, it's going to leave Aquarius in September until November. So we'll have about, I want to say 10 weeks where Pluto will go back into Capricorn. But this year, Pluto's really starting to get comfy in Aquarius, and we're going to see more of the transformations that we saw in early 2023. Pluto in Aquarius, what I'm feeling, especially for this specific year of 2024, is you're going to realize, and collectively we're going to realize, that we have power in numbers, power in groups, power with others. Okay, so as we also look at the powerful message that I received around partnership, we're also going to see power in groups. Now, one of the things that has come up that has been part of my journey in this last year and also has been, shared with me through those of you who are at the Forbidden Journey retreat is how powerful the healing was by sharing it with other people. Now, if you've been on your healing journey for a while, you've likely done most of it on your own. Some of you, I'm sure, have done your own retreats or done group work, or maybe taken breathwork classes, or you're doing yoga or whatever it is that you're doing with other people. But what this Pluto and Aquarius energy is really going to start to drive force and imprint over the next 20 years, but specifically, I feel we're going to notice this strongly in 2024, is the power that we have together, and that we no longer have to feel alone. We no longer have to feel like we're doing it alone, or that we have to do it alone. This is about coming together. And I have to say again, this is one of the reasons why, if in order to really capitalize on this energy, you have to be willing to spread the peacock tail of your own infinite field, okay? And allow for all of the eyes to open up and see, so that you're not just looking through the singular perspective, you're looking through the multi-perspective of all different degrees. You're looking at it through different lenses and different possibilities. Because in order for us to all work together, we have to be willing to see the perspectives of others. And this is one of the things that I've noticed, even that helped me heal two different forms of generational trauma. One on my mother's side, one on my father's side, is that I had to be willing to see through the perspective of those, who had hurt me, and also the perspective of those who were hurt. So really, it's incredible that we have to, and this is the deepening of the soul journey, is oftentimes we do need to separate. We do get polarized. And I think we've been through that extreme polarization, which is still going to be present in 2024. But the beautiful thing about polarization is it acts as a catalyst for change. And it forces us into a very uncomfortable place where all of a sudden we get so pushed out to the ends that we're now like, okay, let me reconsider the middle again. Let me reconsider the balance. And so it allows us, and again, this is the slipstream of infinity, okay? Because the 8 brings you into the corner, that not the corner, the center, the crux, okay? The meeting point, the union is in between the two polarities. But in this infinite cycle, it's like you go all the way out and then you bring what you know and you come back in. But as you come back in, you're entering into a new reality. Everything's constantly changing. It's never the same. And so this is one thing that you have to also embrace, is that you are never the same person. Moment to moment, you are constantly changing. Don't be afraid to become someone that you've never known before. And that doesn't mean that you drop your core values, that you drop your the true essence of who you are. It's that you're through this change, you're allowing the true essence of who you are to emerge. What a lot of us are doing are letting go of the narratives, the traumas, the experiences that have shaped us into now, which we can be very grateful for, but now realize that we're going on to experience new things and they've served their purpose and we don't need to hang on to them. We can start to transform the narrative, we can transform the story, and we, as the main character, can start to transform as well. And sometimes one of the things that holds people back on their journey, and this is something I've observed in some clients, some friends, and I've even seen this in myself at times, is that we can get so scared of leaving who we think we are, right? Because the true process of becoming our most authentic selves is to let go of all the false identities. But sometimes some of those false identities are wrapped up in a really beautiful, spiritually bypassing package. Okay, that the ego really wants us to believe, no, this is who you are. And 2024 is asking us to let go of everything and allow this part of ourselves to emerge that's so grand and so available to step into. And with the help, with the partnership of the universe, the partnership of the field around you, increasing the force field of possibilities around you by spreading your own spectrum of possibilities, your own peacock's tail, will allow you to slide into that infinite slipstream of infinity, and take a ride and enjoy the magic that is possible, because you will be having opportunities of incredible breakthroughs that you didn't even know were possible, opportunities of abundance that you didn't even know were coming your way. But you've got to be a signature frequency match to it. And so start opening yourself up, start allowing yourself to spread your wings, spread your tail feathers, okay? And be proud. Be proud of the journey you've been on. Be proud of who you are today. Don't hide. Don't make yourself small. 2024 is not the year to make yourself small. When we think about Jupiter, it's expansion. Uranus is about reinventing yourself. This is about you stepping forward in the biggest new reinvention of yourself. And it's going to be in reinventing your values. It's going to be in reinventing, you know, who you are on this planet. This is revolutionary. This is revolutionary energy. And so 2024 has incredible things ahead of us. But I want to make it very clear, because you know me, I'm not a pie in the sky kind of girl. I don't just like say, oh, it's just the rainbows and unicorns and we're all going to just ride off into the sunset, no problem. Look, in order to meet these new levels, you've got to be willing to make uncomfortable choices. And those uncomfortable choices are usually about stepping through your fears. One of the things that I'm going to teach you in the masterclass on the 6th is how to utilize your fear in a completely new way. Okay. And it's going to be dressed through generational trauma, but this is the year to be big, to expand yourself bigger than you've ever known possible. And this is the year, I know people talk about the year of the dragon and all that stuff, and I think that's great, but you know me, I'm not going to go with the flow of everyone else. This is the year of the peacock. Okay. This is the year that you spread your tail feathers, strut your stuff, but in a new, inventive way, where you are innovating yourself, where you are allowing your light to shine, where you are allowing the parts of you that you've kept hidden for so long are now going to be able to see the light of day, and they're going to get their full spectrum of color. Your own vibrancy levels are going to expand. And to fall into this, so let me explain to you this slipstream of infinity and what it feels like, just from at least my perspective, because you will feel this effort. It's like an effervescent kind of flow energy where you literally feel like you're light particles and you are just flowing, and it's this dance energy, and it's so important. I can't express to you guys, if there's one thing you do in 2024, fucking dance. Fucking dance, okay? Dance every day. Dance in your bedroom, dance outside, dance with your friends, dance alone, dance in your kitchen, dance naked. I don't care, just dance. The shaman will always say to you, if you've been unhappy for a really long time, or if things aren't going your way, or you keep hitting obstacle after obstacle, when was the last time that you danced? Dance. So fucking powerful. And it's something that I have been embracing this last year. And even this morning, I was in my closing ceremony, and as I entered into this slipstream, I had to get off my bed that I was like meditating in, and I had to dance, and I was just like moving in this rhythmic snake-like movement. And of course, like, okay, so now we have this light language. So it's opening you up, and it's going to be extremely enlightening. The slipstream allows you to flow and to move in a way that you aren't used to, but it's easy once you let go. So there's a surrender movement to doing it. And when you're in this slipstream, you will see yourself traveling along the symbol of infinity, and you will whip around the corner, whip right around it. And when you whip around it, you just bent time. You just quantum leaped, and you're in like this newer reality, this newer, exciting possibility, this timeline. Now, I want to say that we are shown timeline potentials all the time, whether you realize it or not. You are shown them, whether they're in your dreams, whether in your meditations, just during the day, you might get this download, but you are shown multiple timelines, and your timelines are going to start shifting and changing as you shift and change. And you're going to start to see that what you thought was so great, a new timeline will emerge. I've seen timelines that were shown to me that now they're too small for me. Timelines that I just saw maybe 3 or 4 months ago. And I'm like, I'm seeing bigger ones now. And it's when you go into this slipstream, you start to see what's possible. Okay. So just kind of going around that bend. And and this was the other thing that I was shown in my ceremony this morning. Every time you come around the bend and then you come back to the center, you are powering up yourself. It's like you're powering up the neutrality, and it's like you're creating more life force. And then you're taking that life force and you're going around again. Really cool stuff. Okay, I'm getting told to just leave it there. So I don't know how long this video is already, but again, if you're interested in coming to the masterclass on healing inner wounds, I'm going to teach you how to heal generational and childhood trauma without it having to take you years of therapy. Okay. So if you've been struggling, you've been trying everything, this method is one of the things I've been shown. Let's trust me. I have been doing this healing journey for almost 30 years. Okay. I am coming up on 3 decades, and I have discovered, through my own journey, what works, what doesn't work. And so I'm going to share with you really powerful stuff, and you're going to get a bunch of free bonuses on that webinar that you're going to get to walk away with regardless. So link is in the description below to sign up. And of course, don't forget, if you're looking for massive breakthroughs, if you're looking for the transformation of your life, I cannot tell you how powerful the Forbidden Journey Retreat is going to be for you in 2024. It is going to be something that even you could not conceive of. You'll have an idea of what you think is possible for you. I'm just going to tell you right now, what you're going to experience will be blown right out of the water. What Christine and I have planned for all of you is just so magical. And the frequency that we've already left in that place, the frequency that I can't wait to return to there. I invite you to join. And remember, ticket prices are going to be going up on the 8th of January. So early bird ticket prices are still available to you. If you're interested in coming, please follow the link below to get your ticket, fill out the form, and I will reach out to you to sign you up. And of course, if you have any questions about it, email me, Nicole@NicoleFrolick.com. I'm happy to answer any of your questions. And what can I say? 2024, let's make it a magical fucking year. Thank you, 2023, for being a bitch, because in it, I have become stronger. I have become, in my opinion, more beautiful on the inside. Um, it doesn't mean that I haven't seen some of my more uglier parts come through, because I absolutely have. And these are parts that I'm like, okay, I really need to look at those things and I need to understand where they're coming from, but I am not going to judge them. I'm not going to shun them. I'm going to embrace them and I'm going to love them and I'm going to find a way to integrate you back in. And that's what this is all about. This is about not denying any part of yourself. This is about inclusivity. Remember the peacock's tail, inclusivity. All of you is special. All of you is powerful. And this is the year where we can make magic happen. So let me know in the comments below how this video resonated with you. If you've got your own methods that you want to help others, please share them in the comments. I love reading them. I'm sure other people love reading them. And I just want to say a big fucking thank you to all of you for being here with me. I love you so much. I know that it has not been easy to stick around with me sometimes on this journey. I have definitely been challenging some of your minds. I have definitely been challenging certain things, but you know what? That's what we're all here to do. And it doesn't mean that I don't get it wrong sometimes, because sometimes I do. So I just want to appreciate all of you for sticking around and for being part of the journey with me. And even if you don't agree with everything, which I totally hope you don't agree with everything that I talk about, I'm so grateful for all the insights that you leave. I love you guys. Make 2024 amazing. And I will say, don't own the year, partner with the year. Make the year your partner, because this is the year of partnership. This is the year where you work with others and that you find that you are stronger, not alone, but with others. Use the force field of your own to partner up with others, to partner up and to expand. This is the whole reason why we came here in the first place. We didn't come here to be alone. We didn't come here to work alone. You know, the inner journey is first a very inner self journey of being alone, but then you transcend it and you welcome in more. And that's what 2024 is going to be all about. I love you guys. See you soon.